Thank you, Steph. Well, the Toronto District School Board is warning parents to prepare for the possibility that their children may not return to class after the winter break. The board says as cases of COVID-19 rise in the city, there is a greater chance of moving to remote learning for a period of time. Yesterday, in a memo to school boards, Education Minister Stephen Lecce said despite low transmission in schools, they should be ready for the possibility of remote learning beyond January the 4th. Boards are being asked to encourage students and staff to take home any material they need for remote learning before leaving schools for the holidays and to ensure all students have the resources that they need for remote learning. And here's just a portion of that statement here from Education Minister Lecce. Now, another Toronto District School Board is temporarily closing, and you are looking at a live look at Nelson Mandela Park Public School. This is in the Shooter and Sumac area. It now makes 12 schools within the TDSB that are now closed because of COVID cases. There are 3 Catholic schools in the city that are also closed, so a total of 15 Toronto publicly funded schools that are shut down at the moment. As for Nelson Mandela, there are 3 cases among staff, 3 among students. It's going to remain closed to in-school classes until January the 4th as well. But we will keep you posted. This, of course, could go beyond that. And we are following breaking news this morning from overseas. French President Emmanuel Macron has tested positive for COVID-19. The presidential palace says as he was tested as soon as those first symptoms emerged, but did not say how severe the case appears to be. The French president is now going into isolation for 7 days, but says he will continue to work from a distance. Macron attended a European Union summit at the end of last week and met with the Prime Minister of Portugal yesterday. All right, let's bring it back home now. A horrible milestone to be seeing here in Toronto. We've now crossed 50,000 infections since the pandemic began, with city health officials reporting a record-breaking 850 new cases yesterday. The surge in these cases prompting the mayor to issue a stark warning ahead of the holidays.
This Christmas, stay home as much as possible. If that means even now that you have to change your plans, please change them.
The rise in cases means more restrictions could be on the way, with the mayor saying talks are underway with the province. New modeling from Toronto Public Health shows it took 9 months to hit the first 25,000 cases, but just 8 weeks for the city to double those numbers. Puts things into perspective, doesn't it? All right, stay tuned this morning. Mayor John Tory will be joining us as we look back on 2020 as well, looking ahead to 2021. And we have a special year-end interview with him, an extended period of time that we have to chat with him as well. And that is coming up just after 7 o'clock. Meantime, Mississauga's mayor is echoing the need for everyone to stay home this Christmas and asking for more lockdown measures.
People across the GTHA are region hopping, and they're doing that much more so than they did during the first wave. I firmly believe that a GTA-wide lockdown is needed to drive down the numbers.
Current lockdowns in Toronto and Peel region are being evaluated right now. Health officials are expected to make a decision about possibly extending measures in the province's gray zone come Monday. That is the same day Peel will begin to give vaccinations to frontline healthcare workers. Well, the Ontario Hospital Association holding an emergency meeting yesterday to discuss an overwhelming surge expected in hospitals across the province as doctors warn the situation is worsening.
Hospitals are ballooning with patients, and I anticipate that the situation will worsen because we're seeing a steady number of patients with COVID and also with non-COVID related illness.
Ontario Health has warned hospitals, especially those under lockdown or red zones, to ensure that they have at least 10 to 15% surge capacity, expecting a rise in COVID patients. Hospitals across the province are currently at 88% capacity. The OHA says it will release more on the outcome of their emergency meeting once they have had a chance to brief provincial officials. Okay, how about this? The federal government has signed an agreement with the United States to send a Canadian astronaut around the moon. The Gateway Treaty is part of an effort to establish a new space station above the lunar surface. It formalizes a role for Canada in the American-led effort to build the station known as the Lunar Gateway. The treaty includes a commitment to have a Canadian on board when the U.S. conducts a manned flyby of the moon in 2023, and a second flight, which hasn't been scheduled yet, to the future station. Very cool. All right, we're taking a break here on BT. Coming up next, Canadian Airlines may soon be getting the green light to fly those grounded Boeing 737 jets again. We're going to talk to 680 Senior Business Editor Mike Apple with all of those details straight ahead.